My name is Matt Duncan and I work for Salford Software as a technology specialist. I've been asked to put together this video for ARMS to enable people to download and see what ARMS is and what it's capable of. ARMS has been around for a while as a product for us, and this session focuses on ARMS in education, but it can also be applied to other areas as well. So in terms of this video, I'm going to just talk briefly about what ARMS is and where it's come from, and then I'm going to go into a live demo and show that. So ARMS came about as a way to manage affiliates, so that's within the education context. It's somebody that's affiliated with a college or with a university, and looking at that second point there, it's a system to record identity information about the affiliates that don't sit in student records or don't sit in HR. So typically speaking, a university college stores their normal students and their payroll staff in both student records and HR. But there's always a need to have these other people around the business that need access to IT systems, but there's nowhere to draw their identity from. So that's what that's where ARMS comes from. ARMS has been developed as a web-based solution, and that's really to tackle the fourth point on this slide, which is the ability to devolve administration out to the correct area of the business, in that rather than a department having to come and ask IT, and IT decide who this person is, we are giving the business a tool to give to the department and say, you create the affiliate, you know what access they need, you know what kind of person this affiliate is. ARMS has a workflow element within it, so if necessary, if required, users, affiliates who are coming into the university or college can actually self-register for an account. So they go through a process of filling in a form, an email address, they can choose their own password, and they can go through that process, and then that gets filed off into a department, and the department can actually authorise the creation of that affiliate. Whilst ARMS is a product developed by Salford Software, it is actually a platform and does actually enable the institution to define and configure their own classes of affiliate. By classes I mean types or roles or whatever it is that you use as a type or a class. So classes could be chaplains, contractors, consultants, auditors, visiting lecturers, conference attendees, anybody who's not in that, again, payroll staff or normal student role. Could even be a short course student. And importantly, ARMS is not a replacement for identity management. ARMS is designed to integrate with and take advantage of an existing identity management framework, in that it only provides that third authoritative source. Seeing that from a diagram point of view, is you already have the HR student records environments. In some scenarios that may be one and the same MIS system, but it's still authoritative for staff and students. Around the business, there are a number of applications that need to be provisioned. These aren't the only ones. These are just a sample of applications that need to be provisioned. And regardless of the products from Oracle, IBM, Microsoft, Novell, Sun, whoever that may be, Identity Manager sits in the middle in a hub and spoke architecture. So it takes that authoritative feed from HR, takes the authoritative feed from students, and based on whether they're staff or student, accounts are provisioned into the relevant systems, based on the business rules within identity management. What we're focusing on in this video is ARMS, which, as I said, is that third authoritative source. So we take the payroll staff from HR, we take our students from student records, and everybody else goes into ARMS. And then we integrate ARMS with identity management and build the business rules around those affiliates. So ARMS has been around for a while. It's been developed over the past couple of years, 18 months, 2 years. We built the solution originally with a university. We built a baseline product, and then we built on top of that with the university's requirements. As the product grows, each university has a slightly different requirement which we add into the product, and that's how the roadmap has developed. Importantly, we don't just push this into education, it's also being pushed into the NHS and local government, and we actually have a customer that is using ARMS to provide access for consultants and contractors where they have just staff in an HR system and their second authority source is ARMS. So just looking at the educational business reasons, we have a university who have made it a decision to provide public access to library, give the member of the public a printing balance, to use the wireless service, to use a PC. But as long as there's somebody within the business who is a member of staff that will sponsor that member of the public, they can go and use these facilities. Now, we're going to use ARMS to do that, so we can devolve that out to the members of staff where they can actually create these members of the public. One of the universities that has bought ARMS, one that wants to devolve the administration out across a collegiate structure. So there are other IT departments within the business that need to be able to create accounts on central IT systems without having to go through the central IT department. Again, it's about devolving that administration. This applies to most universities where they have students coming on site from colleges around the local area who need to use a PC, even if it's to open a web browser to access services back home in their home college. They still need PC access. So the ability to devolve the administration back to the partner college allows them to upload their students that they know will be coming to the university on a particular day, a particular week, or a particular period of time. So again, it's about devolving that away, even not just out of the business, but beyond the business. And another university that's bought ARMS has a relationship with 3 hospitals in the local area, and so they are going to devolve the creation of the NHS staff back to the hospital and allow the hospital IT staff to upload those NHS staff they know are coming to the university. Again, so that they have accounts for using PCs or whatever that might be. So I have a simple example, but it does get the point across of how ARMS works, in that if we take the idea of a university running a conference, and that a conference attendee wishes to use the wireless access, typically speaking this would be dealt with by creating a number of temporary accounts, guest 1, guest 2, guest 3, guest 4, and random passwords, and then having to fill in a sheet which shows which account is being used by which person. What ARMS allows us to do is to give an account to a person and manage that relationship. So on the slide we have the wireless hotspot shown at the bottom, and the little green man is the conference organizer, and whether that's somebody on the day on reception who's creating accounts as the conference attendees arrive may not be practical, or it could be the conference organizer sat in their office uploading a spreadsheet of accounts. So either or. In this case we're just focusing on a single conference attendee. So the conference organizer goes through the ARMS web front end, adds the user to ARMS. Once they do that, the whole process is audited. So everything that happens to a user within ARMS is recorded in an audit database. So when it was created, who it was created by, when the account was activated, when the account was deactivated, and if the account gets deleted, when it was deleted. So there's a full audit trail of that. The organizer sets a start date, so the class of user has a default duration. In order to apply that, we need to know when the user is going to start. So we can add these conference attendees the week before, the month before, on the day, whatever that might be. Once, in the example here, it's July the 17th. Once it is July the 17th, an event will be triggered to go ahead and create the account into the identity management system, and then again, based on the business rules, in my example, in my demo environment, an account will be created within that Active Directory with a group membership to a group called Wireless Access. And all it is just a group that says if you're in this group you can have wireless access. So it's just an example to show how the system works. Also, as well as this, ARMS can be configured to send the affiliate an email. So in the case of a conference, it could be an email that says, welcome to the university, here is your username and password. If you have any problems, please contact your sponsor. So when the organizer added the account, they were asked to provide a sponsor. Now by default, as you'll see in the demo, it's the person that's adding it.